Hi there. I've been working in the corporate world for more than 1.5 decades now. And as a facilitator, I'm often asked this question by a lot of my friends in the learning and development space. How do you go about choosing the right facilitator for your organizational training needs? Well, it's a tough question to answer. Let me first of all tell you that there is no one straightforward answer to that. But what I've tried to do is, over the course of my experience in the learning and development space, I have tried to coin a simple acronym for you, which will help you to come up with a better decision the next time you're about to choose a facilitator for your organizational needs. So here's the formula. It's called the PICK formula, P-I-C-K. Very simple to remember, slightly challenging to apply, but if you follow this, it might give you a better option on the table at the end of the day. So what is the PICK formula? The P in the PICK formula stands for passion. Now, when you choose a facilitator, you want to choose someone who's really passionate about what he or she does. A lot of facilitators promise a lot, but unfortunately, that promise is not translated into action. So, how do you identify if someone has got the passion? Well, that is where mock sessions can be arranged. A couple of hours of mock session, and you know if the facilitator really has it in him or her to deliver the session with passion. The second thing that you need to look for is insights. Now, what are insights? Every facilitator would be able to deliver a workshop. However, what you're looking at is something additional, something extra. And that is where the facilitator's ability to drive critical insights during the course of the workshop become absolutely significant. Insights show the depth of knowledge that a particular facilitator brings to the table. For example, is the facilitator able to connect with the participants from your industry? Is he or she able to use examples which the participants can correlate with? Now, those are critical areas for anyone to look at while you're choosing a facilitator. Point number three, C stands for core values. Now, where do values come from? Every organization has its values. Similarly, every facilitator also has his or her own values. Now, while you're trying to choose a facilitator, you also try and see if the facilitator's core values match with your organizational core values. Let me give an example as to why this is important. Let's say, for example, you're picking a facilitator in the sales arena, someone who is adept at delivering a sales excellence workshop. Now, if the facilitator talks something in the session which is against your core values, which could be integrity and honesty, because the facilitator believes in taking shortcuts, that might not be something which you're looking at. So even when you're choosing a facilitator, it's a good idea to test the core values that the facilitator has. Ask questions to identify and understand more about how the facilitator looks at certain situations. And that will give you a clear idea whether there is a match between the core values of your organization and what the facilitator brings to the table. Last but not the least is the K. And the K stands for knowledge of training transfer. So what is training transfer? Well, every facilitator will design and deliver. But when you want to choose a facilitator, you ideally want to pick someone who has got knowledge about training transfer, also called as learning transfer. So what does that mean? It's the ability of the participant to learn in the classroom and apply that learning back onto the workplace. Now, this is where handholding from the facilitator becomes absolutely essential. So also ask the facilitator what methods he or she is going to adopt to ensure successful implementation of the learning concepts from the classroom back at the workplace in the real life environment. So the knowledge of training transfer is something which will make sure that your facilitator is not just there to deliver, but also ensure applicability of what has been taught in the classroom. So here's the formula again. The PICK formula. P stands for passion. Pick someone who's got the passion to deliver. I stands for insights. What's that extra? What's that different part which the facilitator brings in? C, look at the core values. Do your values match with what the facilitator brings to the table? And last but not the least is the K, which is the knowledge for training transfer or learning transfer, the application of learning concepts from the classroom back onto the job. Now, if you look at these four things, perhaps they will cover a lot of ground. There could be other areas from your organizational perspective. For example, someone might look at the commercial front as well. Yeah, does that fit my budget? There could be other elements that you're looking at. For example, I need someone with a lot of experience. So you can definitely add a few more things to the pick formula that I've already shared with you. But nonetheless, this is a good start. So the next time you're about to choose a facilitator, I hope the pick formula helps you make the right choice. I'll see you again.